How to create more flow in your life by training your intuition. That is what I'll be talking about in this video today. It's video number 2 of a series of videos around the topic of flow. And my aim is to help you create a life that has more ease, more joy, more love, a life that truly feels like it's happening for you and not against you, and where synchronicities and coincidences are happening left, right, and center. It's a life of joy. It's a life of flow. So in this video, I want to talk about why flow is actually so important for your career, for your mental well-being, for your physical well-being, your health, for your relationships. We will also talk about what intuition means and what a strong gut feeling is. And then, of course, I show you one way to strengthen your intuition continually so you can trust it more and more and more, and you're being guided into a life of more flow. Now, I want to start by saying this is not some airy-fairy woo-hoo Bingley bongally, as my friends used to say, Bingley bongally approach to life. I've been asked so many times in my life, Guido, why do you always seem to be so lucky? Things always seem to be falling into your lap and you don't really have to do anything for it. And that's actually not true. But there is a way to generate that, and there is a way to train that. There's a practice behind it, and the practice is, of course, in your focus and being connected to what really guides you inside. Now, in our life, we've been conditioned and programmed by our childhood, our families, the culture, society, to believe certain things that are true for us, what we deserve in life, what we can have, what we can't have, how we should think about ourselves. And of course, those beliefs very often go against everything I believe in flow to be true. That you deserve good things, that you deserve that life is happening for you, that we are actually being guided, and also that we do know the answer to most of the big questions that we have in life. I've seen this in my own life, and I've seen this with many of my clients, and I'm working with some clients that are performing on a very high level. And I haven't met anyone yet who hasn't had access to a form of intuition and gut feeling. So let me start by explaining what means intuition to me, because it might sound a bit airy-fairy for most people. Intuition for me is a sense, a knowing that something should go a certain way or shouldn't go a certain way. That when you make a decision, that's a very good decision for you in the long run, or that you shouldn't be making that decision in that way because it's not going to be good for you. Now, very often that conditioning that we spoke about before puts a lid on that we've lost contact to that true knowing. But we have to go against that conditioning, that programming, the beliefs that we carry as a society in order to allow a different way of deserving a good life. And so when I said you can generate more flow, what you really do is you train yourself to decipher what is my intuition, what is a gut feeling, and what is really just a fear-based conditioning that I've been carrying around with myself. Now, flow for me is actually following those nudges, those impulses, and taking steps even though they don't sound logical. Why flow is so important is because your inner knowing always knows the route to your happiest place. Flow will never guide you somewhere where you are unhappy. So it will always, for the lack of a better word, will bring you back more to yourself. It helps you to de-stress because you're not continuously working to fulfill a conditioning or plan that was never your own, which creates a massive stress in your entire system, which will take a toll on your health and which will take a toll, of course, on your mental well-being as well. And one way to strengthen and train that intuition is to continuously, and that is the magic word, continuously play with it and navigate with it every single day, but start on a small scale. Going on a flow walk is a perfect way to start. Take yourself, if you're on a trip, that's perfect, but even if you're at home, take yourself on a walk and just see, am I turning left? Am I turning right? Which traffic light am I crossing today? Oh, there's a shop. Shall I go in? Something's pulling me in. Maybe you don't even know why. And in the beginning, there might not be any big aha moments. There might not be any big synchronicities or coincidences happening. But in my experience, the moment we actually allow ourselves to go into those flow walks and into those flow decisions, and we start following our impulses, more and more of those synchronicities are happening. Now, be aware that those conditioned beliefs and fears that I was talking about before will pop up at some point and tell you all of that is bullshit, because your subconscious mind does not want you to change. It does not want you to expand because it feels unsafe. Your soul wants to expand because it knows it's safe, but your conditioned beliefs around yourself will tell you, don't move, don't leave your comfort zone, stick to what you know. But let's be honest, there's that voice inside you that tells you there's something more possible for you. You can expand more. There's more happiness waiting for you. There's more fulfillment waiting for you. And one of the big things that were holding me back then was I was thinking far too big ahead. I was trying to create a way how I needed to get there. And the moment I started following flow, it was always the next step that would take me just a little bit out of my comfort zone, far enough that I would stretch, far enough that I would expand, but safe enough for me to do it. That is why now I have online courses. That is why I run a membership called Flow Club. So the one thing to train your intuition is to continuously throughout your day ask yourself what feels like the right thing to do. Now, if that says don't go to your work today, then be reasonable with it in the beginning, because it is for you to practice. Feel, what color shirt shall I be wearing? What shoes shall I be wearing? Sometimes you get it wrong. Sometimes it's cargo pants in the hottest summer day because you're being tested. Follow, make bigger decisions. Sometimes they're weird. Sometimes you want to go to the gym and flow tells you, and that is something that happened to me, no, you stay home right now. I thought it was my intuition telling me it's too hot today to do a heavy deadlift leg day. Turns out 2 hours later, the impulse was very clear. Now get up, now go work out. It was never about the workout. The moment I had a cooperation with the training center for professional athletes back then. And the moment I arrived on the training ground, I ran into the person that I was trying to get an appointment with for half a year. And this is what people mean when they say things seem to be falling into your lap. No, they're falling into everybody's lap. I just dare to trust those impulses because I trained myself to trust the impulses. So, flow walk. Let yourself be guided. Do I turn left? Do I turn right? Is one way to do it. What color shirt am I wearing today? Does this feel weird? Do it anyway. You get an impulse to call someone, call them now or as soon as you can. You have a feeling, a gut feeling, a sense, a knowing that you should change something in your diet. Follow it. It is all about learning to decipher and differentiate conditioning, programming, and true intuition. I hope this helps, and I hope you took some good notes for yourself, and I hope you're trying this out in the next few weeks, maybe even 30 days like I did in the beginning, because then it becomes intrinsic. If this work helps, please help me by building this channel. Hit the subscribe button, give me a like. Please ask your questions or leave any comments in the comment section so I can actually grow this channel and help you even more. I see you in the next video, and I hope you have a good flowy day.